This week, you are going to work on a personal narrative. A personal narrative is just the author telling a story, okay? So, there are things that we always need to think about whenever we're going to tell a story, and that is what order am I going to tell the story in? So, whether we are the author or we are the reader, we can identify the sequence of events. I asked you to watch a video from Storyline Online where the story My Rotten Redheaded Older Brother by Patricia Polacco is read to you. I took that story and I've done two things with it. The first thing I did was I drew a timeline, much like what we would see in social studies, and I put the events in order. Now, these aren't all the events, but I did put the first six, okay? And you can see down at the bottom what I wrote. This is the direction we're going with this. A plot map is nothing more than the sequence of events. So even though a plot map might look a little more challenging, if we can put events in order on a timeline, then we can put them in order on a plot map, okay? The first event, we are introduced to Trisha and her brother. They live with their mom and grandparents on a farm in Michigan, and this is taking place during the summer. We quickly learn Richie makes everything a competition and is always teasing Trisha, telling her he does everything better. Richie makes picking blackberries a competition. He picks more berries than Trisha. Trisha decides on a rhubarb eating contest because she thinks Richie hates rhubarb. Turns out he loves it and he eats more than her. Trisha makes a wish on a falling star. A carnival comes to town and Trisha gets hurt. Richie has to carry her back to the house. So I'm putting the events in order. It might not be every event. I might not be giving every single little detail because I'm not retelling the story. I'm just putting the story in order. Okay, so we can take something like this and turn it into this. This is my plot map. Okay, so if you remember what you've learned about a plot map, sometimes we compare it to a roller coaster, sometimes we compare it to going up and down a mountain, but whatever we use, the elements of plot are the same. So look at what I have written in orange. Exposition, which is our introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. I've put the conflict right here. Trisha's older brother makes everything a competition and is always telling her he can do everything better. Okay. Introduction, characters, setting, background information. The rising action, series of events that develop the conflict or the problem. And then we talked about here's our conflict. The climax is the turning point. Falling action, events after the climax, the story is coming to an end. And the resolution is the conclusion that reveals the solution to the problem or the conflict. Okay, so with your assignments this week, you are going to complete page 43. I believe that's the only one I put in your assignments tab. And you're going to analyze the setting and sequence of events, okay? So that is this page right here. So you're going to use Storyline Online. My Rotten Redheaded Older Brother is the story that you're using. A sequence of events in a personal narrative is the real experience the author tells about. The setting is where and when the events take place. The setting may affect the events, okay? Now, it says work with a partner, so you're more than welcome to pick somebody at home or call one of your classmates on the phone or whatever y'all want to do. Read a new personal narrative, so you're using My Rotten Redheaded Older Brother, explaining the setting and the sequence of events in the personal narrative. So, where do the events happen? Now, I started writing on this just as notes, but we're going to recycle the question. So where do the events happen? The events happen on their grandparents' farm in Michigan, okay? Because this is only asking us where, okay? Where do the events happen? The events happen on their grandparents' farm in Michigan. The next question is asking you, when do the events happen? So you would do the same thing. You would write that in a complete sentence. The events happen, and then think about the time that the story is taking place. Remember, that can be a season, it can be a month, okay? And then events, what happens and in what order? What is the main problem or conflict the writer experiences? What does the writer learn or do as a result of the experience? So you might have to watch the video more than once. And again, I'm going to show you this. I'm putting this up here for you to use. You're more than welcome to pause the video on this if you need to, okay? I'm trying to help you out as much as possible, especially here in the beginning. So any questions that you have, make sure that you're asking them, okay? We're all learning. You're not here with me face to face, and it just really can make things challenging sometimes. I might forget something that I really want to tell you and have to come back and add to the video or send you a comment or something. So make sure that you're always checking for updates, okay? But let me know any questions that you have. I'll see y'all later. Bye.